This episode of Nate and Jeremiah Behind the Design is brought to you by Delta Faucet. See what Delta can do.
Spoiler alert! Are you ready for a behind-the-scenes look at the latest episode?
Make sure you're all caught up on the new season of Nate and Jeremiah by Design. This is your favorite episode, so you can say why.
Jim and Shawn are my absolute favorite people. They are high school sweethearts. They got married. They bought their forever home. They've lived in it for 27 years. They've raised their 3 daughters in this home. And the house, when they describe it, it's almost like a 4th child. It's another family member. And that connection to the home and the roots and what it symbolizes, it's like my fantasy.
It's well loved, but it was dated. It looked very 90s.
Where like beige and oversized furniture went to die.
Yeah, every arm was like...
It looked like Blue's Clues. I'm a chair.
So really the main goal with Jim and Shawn's house was that they spent 27 years in one corner of the first floor of their home. Even though they had all this space in their living room, no one ever went in there. I think that's really relatable to a lot of homeowners. You have the fancy room that you want people to go in and enjoy, but no one ever uses it. So the whole goal was to blow through the entire home, create a big circle from their foyer into their living room, through their kitchen, and connect it to their dining room so that everybody could be kind of in the same space and see each other and interact, but without walls separating them.
Hi, guys.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Oh my God! I can't even believe it.
People, I don't think will see on this show how amazing Jim and Shawn were. They were willing to roll up their sleeves and do labor and work and do whatever possible to help curb costs. They were cooking meals for the crew every day that they were there. I mean, they were living upstairs and they were still finding a way to bring in food and snacks and feed everybody. And
they
here's
picked
desserts.
up barbecue.
Yeah.
And they're such nice people. And really, you know, we meant what we said when we said to that family, how do your 3 girls still want to live with you?
That's really all I'm
we need the
interested
secret
in.
sauce so that our daughter never leaves the house. That's normal, right?
Sounds probably creepy, but I would like our daughter to live with us forever, so I just want to figure out how to convince her. People fantasize about farm sinks and finishes. I fantasize about a home that has scuffs on the wall and stories to tell from a history lived in it. And that's what Jim and Shawn's home was. It was the beginning of a new chapter in a very long story of a family that loves a home tremendously, and we got to be a part of it, and we loved it. I wouldn't change a thing.
By the way, Jim is such a crier. It's so cute.
I know.
He's this big guy who has motorcycles and boats, and he knows how to fix things, and he knows how to do things around the house. And he was the sweetest,
He's a mush.
softest. He's a mush.
Yeah. I went into ugly cry in this episode.
He did.
Like full-fledged ugly cry.
Yeah, you did.
I was sobbing.
His eyelashes were coming off.
I don't wear fake eyelashes.
He wears fake eyelashes.
That's a complete lie.
And they came off. I was really proud of the finishes at Jim and Shawn's house. I loved that we left the doors raw to the pantry. I loved that we created the arch and had the walls in the kitchen plastered with this sort of Venetian plaster feeling. I loved the use of brick, which is such a humble material, but it's so cool, and it came in red and we had it painted. We worked with all these different whites. Yeah. Brick needs to make a comeback.
I would like brick to be the new subway tile.
I mean, how did we get here? What?
1, 2, 3.
Oh my God! What? Is this even the same house?
My favorite thing in the living room was that big green and gold mirror that was against the wall. That thing we found for $250.
Yeah.
At a local antique shop.
It was the jam.
I mean, I was like, wait, do we give this to Jim and Shawn or do you take this thing home?
That was one of those things where like you asked for the price. You're like, I'm just like, how much is this? And they tell you their price, and you're like, don't look too excited.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And you know what? Put that on hold for me.
Yeah.
Let me think about it for a minute.
We thought we were gonna have to like put on blonde wigs and get the hell out of town after we bought that mirror for $250, but here we are.
Would it be like Atomic Blonde?
Yeah, like Escape the Country. Escape from Witch Mountain. There's something in this episode that's extremely important that you did not see. Can we zoom in, please?
Oh, Lord.
Do you guys see that? You see that right there? My finger is still purple from trying to help Scott,
The one
our
thing,
contractor.
No, the one time we ask him to help move something, and it's just a beam, just a wood beam. He hurts his finger, and after he hurts his finger, says it hurts so bad and starts limping.
I was like this. And then you hear, I was like, ow, ow. And you hear our cameraman, Ryan Brennan, start to laugh behind the camera, and he goes, are you limping?
This is what I live with.
This episode of Nate and Jeremiah Behind the Design is brought to you by Delta Faucet. See what Delta can do.